Rico, California, number 169, James and Jaana Kunitz.
James and Jaana Kunitz are two of the most exciting and passionate competitive dancers to ever grace the dance floor. They've competed worldwide and have won over 25 major dance championships. They've appeared on numerous national television programs, including the NBC Dance Sports Series, PBS Championship Ballroom Dancing, Good Life TV, and ESPN. They've also appeared in the Hollywood movie production Dance With Me, starring Vanessa Williams. Their outstanding talent and entertaining style, along with their unique ability to teach what they know, has helped create a demand worldwide for their personal instruction. Now, in this part of a 5-volume series, you can bring James and Jaana Kunitz to your home for a close look at their open-style competition dancing. With ChaCha Cool Moves, here are James and Jaana Kunitz.
Hello, I'm James Kunitz.
And I'm Jaana Kunitz.
And thank you for joining us today for our ChaCha Cool Moves class. We're going to be covering a lot of material, and we're going to start things off with just showing you what it looks like to count. And then we're going to break each section down slowly and work on foot patterns
and also
styling, which I'm sure you bought the video for to begin with, to see Jaana's styling.
Yes.
And then we're going to show the whole thing all the way through to music at the end. So you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, we start off with 1, 2, 3. Cha-cha 1, 2, and 3. Cha-cha 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Cha-cha 1, 2, 3. Cha-cha 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. And 3, 4, and 1, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, we're ready to start off with group number 1 of our cha-cha routine. And it starts in open facing position, and we're going to start off with an open hip twist, syncopated. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Then we're going to go into a fan, a little bit of a funky way. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2 with a hockey stick, overturn for the lady. 2, 3, 4, and 1. So we're going to start off in open facing position, facing the woman, and we start with a forward step on the right foot on 1. We do a forward check on 2, 3. Now we're going to do a back foot scoot on the left, 4, and 1. We're going to do a syncopated back rock on the right foot, and 3, 4, and 1, ending in this split weight position. Now I'm going to show you the rib cage action that I used here in just a second, but right now we're just going to stay in split weight position. We're going to transfer slightly from right side to the left side, 2, 3, 4, and 1, ending with full weight over the right foot. This is very important to show a clean weight transfer onto the right foot at this point. We step forward on the left foot, doing a forward check. 2, 3. We dance another back foot scoot with the left foot. 4 and 1. Then we're going to do a back rock. 2, going into our hockey stick. 3, and we spin the girl with the left hand. 4 and 1, ending facing the girl. Okay? Now for the other view, I'm going to turn around and do the same thing, facing this direction. Our forward walk. 1, check. 2, 3, 4 and 1, syncopated back rock. And 3, 4 and 1, our split weight position. 2, 3, 4 and 1, fan position. 2, 3, 4 and 1, and overturned hockey stick. 4 and 1, ending facing the woman.
I'm going to go rocking action. 1, 2, 3. Chasse. 4 and 1. Hip twist to a 3-step turn. So I go 1, 2, and spiral 3. 3-step turn to the fan. 4 and 1. Now we're going to change weight from foot to foot and twist the hips. We do 2, 3, 4 and 1. Then we do a hockey stick. Footwork goes like this. Closing feet. 2, forward 3. Lock step forward. Cha-cha 1. Then I do step, spiral, turn, 3-step turn, and 3-step turn. Rock step, and 1, 2, 3. Lock step. 4 and 1. Hip twist. 2. And 3, 3-step turn, 4 and 1. Then we did a twisting action in place. 2, 3, 4 and 1. Hockey stick, 2. Lock step, 4 and 1. Spiral to 3-step turn. 2, spiral, 4 and 1. All right.
Okay, next we're going to actually break down some of the technique, okay? This is the taking your vitamins section of the tape, because it's very important that you get these technical points in. Even though we're doing very funky, very cool moves here, we want to make sure that we're getting the technical points in that are important for doing competition. Okay, so we're going to show you just a few points that we like to cover to make sure that we get in, even though we're doing some funky choreography. Okay, one of them is that we want to make sure that we're always making 100% complete weight transfers. So we start off with a walking action, and how we do this is we start every time we start with our body moving before we even start the feet. So the very first thing I do, and this is very important for the guys when they're leading and the ladies are following also, because as you can see, if I'm moving towards the lady, she knows where I'm going before I've even taken a step, okay? So that's really what lead and follow is based on. So I start with my body moving towards Jaana, and then I fall and I catch myself on my foot, okay? So now the same thing going into our checking action. I fall and I catch myself. We fall and replace the weight. We fall and we dance the lock step, cha-cha 1. And I'm going to have Jaana go over that in just a second, okay? Then we're going to dance this hip twist. Now, because Jaana is right over her foot, she's got this pole which is going right down the side of her body. I'm able to give her a really nice rotation lead and create this crack, whack, okay? So we want to make sure that that's really fast, but we don't want to make it look like too much work when we do it, okay? So as she comes at us, we're going 2, 3, cha-cha 1, whack, 2, 3, and we come out very calm, okay? This is very important. Still putting the weight over the feet. She rotates, and then we dance, and 4 and 1. Now you notice here, I'm split weight. So obviously, Jaana is over her foot. Very important, technically. I'm not. Now, I'm not wrong technically. I'm just purposely split weight, okay? The only bad position really to be in is when you are trying to get over your foot, but you're not quite there. That's a very tentative position. This is a very on-purpose position, very wide split weight position. It's also a very masculine position for the guy, okay? Now we dance 2, 3, 4, and 1, okay? Now from there, and I'm going to really stretch 1 to get over the foot, okay? Very important I get back to that over the foot thing. Now we dance 2, 3, cha-cha, 1, 2, 3, cha-cha, 1. Okay, now Jaana's going to go over the lock step, okay? And we're going to turn around just to do the forward lock going this direction so you can see clearly what our leg action is. And Jaana, do you want to take over?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to start with the right foot forward, and I'm going to just go directly on my foot. My whole body weight goes directly on my stepping foot, and I will open up my back leg. So I have a nice point on their back foot, so my leg looks really long, like my leg starts from the rib down. Now from here, I'm going to lock my knees, and I still keep the weight on the ball of the foot, so my weight becomes now more split, but there's only pressure on the back ball of the foot. Now I'm going to use that pressure to push my body forward again back to normal cha-cha walk. So we push, walk. So the footwork one more time, I go stepping in line, cross the line, step forward.
Okay, you notice that when Jaana was dancing these lock steps, really the only step that was different from a normal forward walk action was the cross, or the and. So as she's dancing, she's doing a forward walk, which is just a normal forward walk on 2 tracks. She crosses the tracks, which is the and then she's back dancing a normal forward walk on 2 tracks. So there's really only one step that's different in a lock step. It doesn't become something bizarre or different all 3 steps, okay? Let's go ahead and go and talk about the body action now from this whole combination, okay? Jaana's favorite part. So I'm going to let Jaana talk about, because mainly the ladies' body action in this section, okay?
Okay, generally in Latin dancing, you want to feel that the rhythm of the feet gets also into rhythm of your hips. So if I have a cha-cha-cha, I would also can put the syncopation to my hips going cha-cha-1. Yes? So if I do a lock step, just the elements that we have in this little combination, I can go cha-cha-cha. I can do a rocking action, 2, 3, locking action, cha-cha-1. So you have always the rhythm with your hips as well. So let's see how we can do it with this combo.
And you want to try to basically, when the beat happens, you want to try to just stand over the foot with no hip action. The hip action basically marks the time between the steps. So we have a step, hip action, 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 step, hip action. Try and say that fast 3 times. And whack, okay? Now the goal of the lady here is to get that skirt to fly, okay? So this twisting action really doesn't have a whole lot of hip action. It's mostly rotation. Let's just do that one more time. Reverse, da-da-da-da-da-da, and whack. Okay, so from there, we're dancing step, hip action, step, hip action, and she's going to spiral. And now in the 3-step turn, she doesn't have any hip action.
It's actually a twisting action that I'm going to twist the torso first and the feet follow me. So I would go 4 and 1. And I still did the hippie in the end. Did you see that?
Now, from this position, she's going to dance a rotation action, a very strong crack of the hips, and I'm going to dance mainly a rib cage action. So to do this, guys, just put your hands out to the side like this and act like somebody pulls your hand to the side. I'm going the other direction.
Well,
yeah.
I'm going to pull you.
Okay, she's pulling me that way. Okay, so I'm pulling that. Now she's going to pull me the other way. Bam. And you notice while I'm doing this, she's going to pull me the other way. Bam. So my shoulders are basically level with the floor while I'm doing this. So they rock from side to side, but not up and down. Okay, so we still keep a really nice, straight, clean top line, and we dance 2. As she cracks the right hip, I'm going right rib cage.
So my goal is to get the fringe going, bow, on the other side.
3. And then we dance a really fast one. 4, and
Pow.
1. She was a little bit ahead of me. Do that one more time. 2, 3, 4, and 1. And then we dance over the foot, step, body action, step, body action, and cha-cha 1. Good. Same thing, basically, to finish out this combination. Step,
2,
step, body, and then spin. Cha-cha 1, body. Okay? So going over the body action, the beginning is always a straight line with the body, over the feet, clean weight change, ending with a hip action at the end. That finishes out the step. Okay, we're ready to go on with group number 2 now. We're going to first start, like we did with the last group, and show you the full amalgamation with counts. Okay? So, starting from where we left off, guy had the left foot free, lady with the right foot free, and we're going to go at a diagonal, dance a New Yorker on 2, 3. Now we're going to do a side cucaracha on 4 and 1. Now we're dancing a lock step, we're holding 2 and 3, and we're going to swivel 4 and 1. We're going to hold 2 again and dance a back lock. And 3, and then we're going to dance another side cucaracha with a little bit faster timing. 4 and 1 and. And now we're going to dance quick Cuban rocks. We're going to go 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and hip, hip, cha-cha 1. So we started off on this diagonal, and we danced the New Yorker 2, 3, side cucaracha, 4, and stand up on 1. Hold 2, and 3, swivel, 4 and 1. Hold 2, cross on and 3. Now we're doing a side cucaracha, 4 and 1 and. Now we go really fast. 2 and 3 and. And on the second one, the lady's going to dance the same thing on 4 and 1, but the guy's just going to be there to support her. And we're going to come back for 2, 3. Just a hip action. 2, 3, and we're going to spin, 3-step turn, 4 and 1. We're doing 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, lock, step. Now we're doing our quick side cucaracha. 4 and 1 and. Now our quick Cuban rocks. 2 and 3 and. In place on the second one. 4 and 1. And we're going to do our hip bump. 2, 3, and our 3-step turn. 4 and 1.
So we go and 2, 3, 4 and 1. Lock step. Hold 2 and 3. Grapevine. 4 and 1. Hold. Lock step back. Hold 2 and 3. Still a cucaracha. 4 and 1 and. Then syncopated crossovers or New Yorkers. We go 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Then hip pump. Pow, pow. And then we do a 3-step turn, 3-step turn. We'll do a New Yorker and 2, 3, cucaracha, 4 and 1, lock step, 2 and 3, grapevine, 4 and 1. Lock step back. Hold 2 and 3. Cucaracha. 4 and 1 and. Syncopated New Yorkers. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Then hip bump. 2, 3, 3-step turn and 4 and 1.
This is actually a very difficult section technically, just because of the amount of rotation and how fast cha-cha music really plays. So just as an exercise, I want you to stand there. Just put your hands like you're setting them on top of a table in front of you, and I want you to rotate your body like this, side to side, okay? Now, this is a type of an isolation, actually, because we're isolating the rotation of our upper body without doing any rotation with the lower body. You see how still the lower body is when we do this. So it's very important to create all rotation, so doing it first with the upper body and then second with the lower body as we swivel, okay? So we're starting off with the New Yorker. We dance upper body rotation, lower body rotation, 2, 3. Now, keep in mind, I'm not talking about this, but keep in mind we're still doing correct technique over the feet, body action, all of that stuff still applies from the last section, okay? Now we're going to do upper body first, lower body, 4 and we're going to step forward on 1. We hold 2, we dance lockstep, and 3. Jaana went over the lock steps in the last section, so rewind if you need to. Now we're going to do, again, really strong rotation through the shoulders, and we're going to go 4 and 1. Now we're going to do the back lock, and 3, and our syncopated side cucaracha. We're going to start that with the upper body again, 4 and 1 and. Now we're going to do the really fast ones. Again, same thing, upper body rotation. So we go 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and hip, hip, cha-cha 1. And that same thing, when we go into the 3-step turn, also very important from the hip, hip, to go upper body, 4. So you notice how far, before we've even started the turn, how far our body has gotten around, 4 and 1, okay? This is always very important because speed in dancing is actually very much an illusion. We're there way before people see that we've gotten there, okay? Meaning that as I rotate my upper body, I really am already in the position of going where I want to go, and then I just land my head, and people only see the end. So they think, oh, wow, that was so fast. But it was only through the preparation that we're able to create the speed. When we dance, we have what we call this infamous connection between each other, okay? Now, this is not created through the arm pushing and pulling. It's created through either body weight going towards each other and away from each other, or our bodies rotating towards each other and away from each other, okay? Now, that rotation happens to be what we're using in this combination, okay? So we start off with the New Yorker. We really rotate, and we create this connection here between us that we use to get back 4 and 1, okay? Now from there, we use this connection between us also to rotate our bodies, so we go cha-cha 1. And I forgot the lock step, so let's just do that one more time. Ready?
And one more thing about girls, when you do this with your partner, what helps me very much is that if the man gives you a frame, like very solid frame, like a bodybuilder, do it, my man. The girl feels...
I like the bodybuilder thing, but I don't think I'm quite there yet.
But it's a firm, that's what I mean. And then the girl has almost this pressure, tension to go outwards. So it feels like you have a karate chop going into his palms. So you have a stretch going out as the guy's stretch comes in. So we have a nice connection right here. So now if James rotates his torso, if he does very slow motion, I don't still respond and let go with the frame. I always, as a partnership, the guy is the leader,
Yeah.
And the girl is the follower, right? So I still have to give that little pressure that stays with his palm, and if he slowly rotates, I still do the same thing, but I still have a resistance towards his palm. So now if James twists the hips and checks the body weight forward, now my body has rotated away from the partner, so we both do the same. So now in the end, we will be hooking our hands. So we check, so you feel completely each other's weight in each other's hands. Now again, the hook becomes a karate chop after that. Okay.
So we dance the lockstep that I missed, and 3, and we use that hook to get back the other direction, 4 and 1. Okay? Now we dance our back lock, and 3, and we're still in that hook position, and we dance cha-cha 1 and. Okay? Now we use that outward karate chop. She's going into my hand, you see? Okay?
Karate.
And we dance 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And that bounces back and forth from the outside to the hook, to the outside to the hook, outside hook, okay? And then our little hip bump, ha, ha, and cha-cha 1. Good. Body action. What do we have special going on with the body action, Jaana?
Actually, this section is mostly the rotation. So really the body action becomes rotating around your own axis. So it's not so much going this figure 8 action that we did when we are not turning, we're traveling. So now when there is a rotation, like we talked about the torso twist, really what happens with the hips are it comes later. So you still just think about rotating to the maximum. That shows that swooshing the skirt again thing. So we go and 2.
Now this is normal body action. Over the
This is
foot,
normal. So over the foot,
settle,
settle,
over the foot, settle, and then cha-cha, cha-cha. And this is mostly just using the back and creating a pressure step. If you change weight too much in this step, you won't be able to get it in time because you're going to be going like cha-cha, okay? So you want to basically keep your center here and dance the body around that axis that Jaana was talking about. And you put pressure into the floor. This would be wrong if I went 2, 3, cha-cha. That's not enough weight. This is too much. Cha-cha. So we want to do right between that, 2, 3, cha-cha 1. So we use a pressure step, we call it, okay? And we have several of those throughout this section. But for the most part, the body action is very limited because of the amount of rotation and the speed of the movements.
I think that's it.
Okay, our next combination, a little bit longer here, okay? So we'll try and go as slow as possible, go through the counts, and it's a little bit faster. So when you put these things together, you might want to put, when you're thinking about your own choreography, you might want to slow it down by putting a few basics between it, because this is a lot of concentration of a lot of fast choreography. So you may find that you can get the steps slowly, but when it comes to actually performing the material, you might want to put something a little bit slower between it as you do it. But you can handle that. Our job is to give you the cool cha-cha choreography that we're doing here, okay? So we just ended the last combination facing each other, and we held 2, 3, and we're going to do a rock step 4, 1, okay? Now we're doing a running open box, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, and we're doing a little rock step for the lady as the guy stands in that wide second position. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, hold 4, flick 1. She's going to do a swivel section around us, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. She's going to step forward on 2, tuck in on 3, and she's going to spin on 4, 1. Now we're going to hold 2. We dance a rhythm. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, flick 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, run 2 and 3, 4 and 1. We hold 2, 3. I go down 4, 1. Now we start the open box. 2 and 3. Forward and back. Back and side. This is very important. Strong, wide second position to support the girl. She's going to open 4 and 1 and 2 and hold on 3. We're going to do another little rocking action on 4, and we're going to flick her leg by rotating her upper body on 1. Notice we still haven't really moved anywhere, but we want to keep dancing with the body so we're not looking like this the whole time, okay? So we go 1. Keeps us looking involved. 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Okay? So that's just a little circle crossing behind, very much like a lock action. Okay? So we danced 4. We flick the leg on 1. She swivels back. We come together on 2. We cross behind on 3 and 4 and 1. We step in place on 2. We open up on 3. And we dance a back rock 4 and 1. We hold 2. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. We flick on 3 and we dance 4-ah. 4-ah. This is very important. It's very fast. Only the hip action. 4-ah and 1 and 2. Point 3, 4 and 1. Now we're going to run. 2 and 3, 4 and 1. So facing this direction, we hold 2, 3, 4, 1. Open Cuban box. 2 and 3, 4 and 1. 2 and 3, 4 and 1. 2 and 3, hold 4, 1. Bring our feet together. 2, 3 and 4 and 1. In place 2, open 3, 4 and 1. Hold 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and run. 2 and 3, 4 and 1.
So really we finished on 4 and 1. Then we're going to go hold 2, 3, 4, 1. Open box. 2 and 3, 4 and 1. 2 and 3. Now rock steps back and forth 4 and 1 starting. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Then I'm going to circle the hip and then flick the leg. I did 4, 1. Then I take a step forward, touch, then comes the grapevine. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Then take a step, touch, 2, touch, 3. Then you turn on 4, 1. 4, 1. Just 2 steps. Then comes the same side-by-side position. We did a hold at 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and. Side step, 2. Flick the head and the foot on 3. Then we did side break, 4 and. Lock step 1 and 2. Point 3. Turn 4 and 1. Now when the men did a cha-cha run, I do only 2 walks. 2, 3. Now it's my turn to run. 4 and point. We started on hold 2, 3, 4, twist 1. Open box. 2 and 3, 4 and 1. 2 and 3. Rock steps. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Hip and flick. Hip. 4, flick 1. Grapevine. Step 2, 3. Grapevine. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Step touch. 2, 3. 2-step turn. 4, 1. Side by side work. Hold 2. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Flick 3. 4 and 1 and 2, twist, 3, 4 and 1. Walk, 2, 3, run, run, position.
Okay, so starting from that position, I just want to touch a couple of technical things that are very important. Keeping in mind all of the technique that we've worked up until this point is very important also to have. But this section has a lot of little fast footwork. And when you're dancing little fast footwork, it's very important to keep the body weight always over the feet. If the body happens to shift even just a couple of inches, the feet always move to go right under the body. So we don't do big steps and try to keep the weight centered. We allow the body to move over top of the feet. This is very important when doing anything extremely fast because it keeps us from shifting our body weight. That's what takes a lot of time. Okay? So from this position, we're going to dance this one more time together. We dance this hip action to the side. We do 4, 1. Okay, and that's a hip twist. Now, this particular section needs to be very small and cozy. We do 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, and then this is our little pressure steps that the lady's going to dance. Pressure, hip action. Do that one more time, Jaana.
Skirt, whooshing, flying. 2 and 3 and 4 and wow.
Wow.
Wasn't it great?
That was great. So that's just like in the earlier section, this little thing that we did here with the New Yorkers, 2, 3, and we did 4 and 1. We talked about the pressure of the foot and the body action. It's the same thing for the lady here. She's doing pressure action and body action, but not weight transfer. Show what it would look like if you did weight transfer. 2 and 3 and 4. There's no way you could dance that in time to music. It's actually 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now we dance 4, another body action, very liquid in the body here, and she flicks, okay? Now the next thing that we're doing is this little flick with the leg, and it's going to go 4, 1, okay? So we want to make sure that we get a good rebounding action off of the guy's hand. So to do that, we talked about this earlier in the video about letting the body weights meet, okay? We sometimes say the body weights crash into each other, and it's not really a crash as in something that's not nice to look at. It's a crash as in just a rebound, bah, okay, and it comes back off, okay? But I feel her body weight. It's very important that she doesn't just relax the arm and become very loose.
Yeah, the arms are always in the front firm. I mean, it's not brick like frozen, but
tone.
It's tone. That's the word.
So when I flick her leg on 1, that's what brings her right back into this position. Now she steps forward on 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Okay? And I just want you to talk about the lady styling this, because this is a quite difficult one.
Yeah, so girls, when you can still be there.
Okay, thank you.
The support.
Is that all I am, huh?
That's all it is. No, girls, when you have done the flick, when you go forward, you have a completely straightforward walk. So you pretend like James is leading me. I'm going to
pretend like James is leading you?
I'm pretending to go forward, like forward walk. I keep going, going, going. But James twists my torso, 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 and then the leg comes in, boom, in the end. So again, I do isolations, upper body first, then the hips and the feet.
It's
so
very
it goes boom,
important
boom.
that you don't think about an end to this rotation, ladies. The end happens when you run into the guy, okay? So don't think about coming, just dance this and come to an end like this. That was actually too good.
Oh, wait.
Come to it, yeah, stop. So do you see how she didn't really do a full rotation with her hips? It happened a little bit. So she wants to dance a maximum rotation, whack, okay? So she doesn't actually think about the end. The end happens because we meet here at the hand, okay? Now from there, that was 2, 3. She's going to do the same thing in every direction, and 4, and 1. So just to exaggerate the hand action, it's going like this. ba, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Okay? And the ladies' footwork, it's also very important that the feet come completely together here. So as she's stepping forward, the feet are coming together. She's on the ball of the foot. They're completely together. And she's pushing out and dancing a normal forward walk, full weight, not split weight. This is very important, okay? She comes in. She puts a weight on the ball of the foot immediately, and she comes out with a forward walk. She comes in and meets, weight, forward walk, weight, forward walk, weight, forward walk. And she can do this faster and faster and faster. Can you do
Was that fast
She can do it faster. Okay, now from there, she comes in with a tuck in. 2, 3, 4, and 1. And I dance 4 and 1, she danced 4, 1. Now, we have some little ticking actions. Like I said before, we want to keep the feet right underneath the body. We hold 2, we go 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay? So the only one that involved shifting our centers over our foot was the last one. So we held 2, we danced rhythm, 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 shift. Just like we're standing straight, nothing's happening. And then we break down, whack. Okay? So this one is very calm, nothing's happening. And we go 3, and then we're going to flick 4, and 1. Just do that one more time. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now we're going to dance a lockstep on and 2. You learned this earlier. And 2. We're going to point 3. That was shoulders, foot. Do that again. Shoulders, shoulders, foot. And then we dance across and run. 4 and 1. Now we're just doing a cool run action. 2 and 3, 4 and 1.